And, we just got to make sure, our team is, well prepared and, ready to go come Friday.
As a reminder for media, please raise your hand, get your question in the queue for running back Brian Robinson Jr. Brian, you've been through a number of these games during your career at Alabama. How have you learned to prepare, maybe from your freshman year now to an upperclassman, on how to prepare for playoff games of this magnitude?
Well, out of the 5 years I've been here, this is my fourth, playoff experience. So, that's multiple years, just, playing at this time of the year, preparing for games like this. So, after 4 years of, playing in the playoffs, I just have a lot of experience of, practicing and just preparing for big games, such as the one we got coming up. So, it's nothing new to me, same routine, we just got to prepare as hard as we can, as harder than we prepared all season, at this moment right now.
Our next question comes from Eric Olson.
Yeah, Brian, Eric Olson with the Associated Press. I wanted to ask you just how do you kind of grade your guys' running game this year? You guys have had a lot of injuries in the running back core, and I just wanted to kind of get a feel for how you think that area has performed.
Well, in our running game, I think we've improved tremendously throughout the season. We've had lots of ups and downs, with guys, injuries, at all positions. Offensive linemen, kind of having to move around a lot, play different positions. And, with running back depth, just having a few guys, not with us, to finish out the season. We had to make a lot of adjustments as a team, as an offensive unit, to help our run game. And I feel like, we've improved a lot.
Do you have a hunch on how big a role the running game might have in this game, given it seems like so much attention is put on the passing game and the Cincinnati pass defense and so forth? It doesn't seem like a lot of people are talking about the run game. I guess, how do you think that it might figure into things here?
Well, the running game will always be important in big games like this. You need to stay balanced in the running game, in order to open up more, in the passing game. I'm sure like many people might not understand that part of it, but the running game has to work, and it has to be a key factor in our game in order to open up, the passing game for us.
Our next question comes from Johnny Cogden.
Hey, Brian. Johnny Cogden, ABC 3340 Sports in Birmingham. Just wanted to ask you a little about playing for Coach O'Brien. Obviously, in your 4 years, you've had a handful of offensive coordinators. Sark to O'Brien kind of is the stark difference, no pun intended, just how different he is. And obviously coming from the NFL background, coaching with the Houston Texans, coaching with Tom Brady at his time in New England, how has he helped you improve as a running back?
Coach O'Brien has helped me improve a lot as a running back, just, with, the way he liked to do things, like from his experience from coaching in the NFL, it's just, bringing that into our offense and just, helping me understand the game a lot more, like better as far as how I should understand it at the next level. He's just, he's been so great with just, helping us just, continue to learn, especially like new things that we'll continue to have to learn at the next level.
And then just a quick follow-up about Bryce. Obviously, he seems so incredibly poised and very humble kid. Is there something about Bryce Young that we in the media or fans at home that don't know? Is he funny? Does he do anything in the locker room? Does he cut up? Or just give us a little sneak peek behind the curtain of something that Bryce does to add to the locker room dynamic.
Well, everybody see Bryce as, as a poised, just, humble guy. And I see that too, with how he handles his business. When it's time to practice or when it's time to, step on the field for a game. But, I see Bryce, being himself sometimes, when you listen to his favorite music and he's rapping his favorite lyrics and stuff like that, just watching him be himself sometimes, he's human just like us. Like, he like to have a good time too, even though, like, many people might not be able to see it. Like, when he's on the field, it's just a different side of him.
Thank you.
Another question from Eric Olson.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up on that question about Coach O'Brien. I mean, how different was it for you guys on that side of the ball to not have him present and kind of dealing with you guys over Zoom here the last few days?
I mean, with him not being here, it's nothing new. He's still, doing his job. He's on the Zoom. He making sure, he coaches the same way. With him not being present, this just is more on, the players. We had to come out to practice and be prepared to practice hard. Even with us not having coach present, we know we got to do everything at a certain pace and a certain speed, that he would want us to do it at, whether he's there or not.
A lot of the defensive players yesterday were asked and talked about the Texas A&M game being a turning point for this team. You haven't lost a lot since you've been in Tuscaloosa. How was this year perhaps different in terms of what you guys did as a unit to improve going forward to not lose since that time?
And we just, we looked at the film and we had to find ourselves again, and we never want to feel that hurt again. So we take that to the weight room, we take that to the practice field, we take that to the film room, and continue to get better. So we don't make them same mistakes we made, to lose that first game.
Any additional questions from running back Brian Robinson Jr.? Brian, thanks for joining us. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
This concludes our Zoom interview session. The full transcript, along with video and audio files, will be